Hi, this is Shirley Moon not Wicker Moon. I'm at the homestead tonight to fulfill a promise of doing a reading for this month. And because I've chosen this night, obviously, because it's a full moon in Virgo, which hopefully will bring a lot of stability to people. And with that in mind, I've based this reading on health and well-being. And I've chosen two decks to work with tonight. And the first one, and the reason I chose them is because they're so beautiful and it has a crescent moon at the front, is the Visconti deck, the golden one. Now in this box is only the major arcana, so whatever messages are brought through on these cards tonight will be very powerful for those of you who are wanting sort of a strong message. Now, because we're in a bit of a flux now and a lot of fear out there, as I've seen when I've been out on the streets, and I think it's important for people to listen with their hearts, not their heads, and not to run around so much with that fear. Now, I'm going to give these cards a little shuffle because they are new and, well, new to me. So I just take bits out that aren't needed. I'm going to do a little prayer to the moon goddess. And she can be the goddess of the moon in whatever form that you wish her to be. So I'm going to call upon the goddess, Great Lady, Great Mother Parvati, the sustainer and the life giver, in the form of Lakshmi to bring abundance and well-being, and in the form of Maya to destroy all illusions as Kalima. And knowing that the blackness is Kali and is all consumed of all light and all colours, as that darkness lifts from the head and bringing peace and harmony. And the words you speak are Saraswati's words of wisdom. And with that in mind, I open up the first card. Actually, it's uprighted itself if I show you. All the others are face down, and this is face up. The Hierophant is ruled by Taurus, again bringing stability to those who need it. It's also quite a spiritual card as well, and it's asking to people to call, not to maybe breathe in all the stuff that you're getting on Facebook and on telly and everything, but to listen to your higher spiritual self and be grounded within the earth, and not to run around so thoughtlessly, but to be more mindful and more spiritual within your approach to life itself. The next one is the Hermit. Beautiful card. This card is, for me anyway, a card of inner reflection. And really, he's bringing forth all the knowledge that you've gleaned. So it's knowing the answers to a lot of the questions that you're asking. You already know them, but it's looking on an inner journey into yourself. So instead of looking back all the time, it's time to look forward and to plan a future ahead, and to put yourself maybe first, look after yourself first. Because if you're too busy looking after others, sometimes we do forget ourselves within the great mix of everything. Okay, Mother Parvati, what is the next one? Okay, this is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Now, this is one of those funny cards that's, neither a good card or a bad card. For a lot of people, it means taking chances and gambles. And for me, it's, things can be up one minute and down the next. And I'm feeling that with balance and listening to yourself and being true to yourself and being stable, that things will go on the up for you with this continuation of this month. And because this month of we're coming into the equinox, which is all about balance, and it's finding the right balance within yourself, where this Wheel of Fortune will go in the right direction for you. The card of strength with that. So for me, this is all about you're stronger than you think you are. This is a really good, healthy outcome for people, for those who need that strength and that insurance from the goddess and from God, in whatever names you call them. It's that strength and that endurance that you have, and that things will be better than you think they are. These cards, I think, are playing tricks with me because some have righted themselves. So I'm just going to ask the great goddess to just guide us. Sorry, a little blip there with an advert coming up there. So this is the card of the Emperor. Now, obviously, all you out there that all have your own meanings for the cards, but for me, he's all about sitting in a position of authority, but he's also about making sure that you have the necessary facts in front of you, meaning, when you give answers or you want to know something, make sure you have everything in place for that. You're not running around blindly again, not really knowing what you're doing or where you're going. Again, he is very much the season with Aries coming into that energy, coming out of Pisces into Aries, which brings that fire energy within us, and that will come. But he's actually telling you to start to plot and plan, make a plan and stick to it, and not to just run around, and have that stability with the two fire energies here. Okay, the next set of cards I'm going to use, again, I haven't used these. These are a set of cards that I found on my wanders, and these are not my usual set of cards, but I just had a little thing that I quite like them. These are the Inner Child cards, Fairy Tale Tarot, for those of you who like fairy tales, and it's Isha Lerner and Mark Lerner. So hopefully that these cards will give us a bit of insight on this month as well. They are got a lovely sun on the back, and the pictures are actually quite nice as well, but they are based on fairy tales, and these are all about connecting with the inner child or your inner soul spirit. So I was going to shuffle these, And we ask the great goddess Parvati to guide us, Saraswati to give us wisdom, Lakshmi to bring in the sweetness, Kali Ma to dissolve all illusions, and for us and for myself to see clearly, for you guys out there. So for my mind, even to sum up things now, is things aren't as bad as you think they are or think they will be. And as we're coming into the equinox and we find ourselves now a bit of a flux, and during this time of the equinox, you'll start to find as the light is coming in that your life itself will come into a bit of a balance. So, you know, it's being able to hear properly, think clearly, and speak clearly about the things that you really want in life. And what has come up here is the Guardian of Wands. Now, without looking in the book and looking at things up, this very much to me is the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is about moving on, maybe relocating, finding something new to do. And because of the butterflies there, it's time to spread your wings and look and start to look at things from a different perspective. If you can see that this child is looking at the world. So I suppose it's about looking after the world as well. But it's also giving you that opportunity to see the world, or see the world from a different perspective and start looking after it, you know. This one is, I like this, is Stacking the Beanstalk. So for those tarot readers out there, we're thinking this card is the Hanged Man. Now, I personally look on the Hanged Man as a timing of the end of July, beginning of August is when it's bringing that first harvest in. But for now, it means that everything is at a standstill. Why is it at a standstill? Because perhaps you would like things to be at a standstill. I certainly don't. And this is encouraging us to look at our lives in a different way, from a different perspective. With this is the Seeker of Hearts, which is the Knight of Cups. And he looks a little bit as though he's on a bit of a quest or looking to find something. So in order for you to go on your quest and find your heart or your heart's desire, you're going to have to get motivated and start looking at your life in a different way and look at it in an emotional way. The Child of Hearts or the Page of Cups. Now, I always think the Page of Cups is a cup of artistic creativity, and it's that looking for love, and it's looking introspective, it's looking at yourself in that creative way. And I suppose in a way, if you want to have things looking better for us, that we are responsible for our own destiny and where we need to be. And I think as a whole, the cards that are coming out are actually quite good for everybody out there. But it's telling you, it's like a bit of a wake-up call, and to sort of listen to really what you want in life. Here we've got Aladdin of the Lamp as the magician. So everyone has the skills out there. You all have the skills out there to create the sort of life that you want. And really, it's now time to get motivated and to do the things you want. Springtime is going to be a good time. The equinox coming up is going to bring about a balance, and I've been saying this for quite a while. So where we all have a little bit of fear about this virus and other things as well, it is fear mongering, it is fear within ourselves. And you have to look, what am I fearful of? Am I not going to have enough? Am I not going to be able to survive? Am I going to be able to? These are all like unnecessary fears. And what the cards are saying to you is start looking at your life and yourself in a different way. We've got the Eight of Hearts here, which is an answer to that, which is a bit of self-love and self-worth. See this affinity. You're provided in all ways. You're provided for. You don't have to worry about things so much, knowing that the earth provides in all ways. So we have to honour her and respect her and know when we respect ourselves, we're respecting the earth as well. And the last card at the end of this night, Six of Wands, victory. I think Parsley out of the back, sitting at the back of me is agreeing, or she's having some dreams. So the Six of Wands brings victory over battles, and it's you looking up to yourself and look and think, oh, actually, I've done a blooming good job now, and it's time for me to get on with my life and just to be at peace and at harmony with myself. And then the last thing I want to say to my beautiful people out there, all of you, the beautiful hearts and the beautiful minds, and it's now realizing how wonderful you are and what a wonderful place we live in. And just know that those of you who are fighting battles out there, this is you winning the battles and being in a good position within your life now. I said I'd finish, but I just felt as though I had to give one more as well, which is the Three of Swords. I mean, for a lot of people, this is a sad time, a difficult time mentally. But if you let the mental strains go, like this bird here through this window, and you set them free, and this is where the healing occurs. Now, I'm burning the candle here. You can't see it just now. It's going to bring it forward. So I've lit a candle here for the full moon and to send out healing for those who need it at this time. And I wish you all a blessing full moon. So those of you out there who are weaving some lovely magic, and I know there's going to be a few of you out there working some magic, especially when it's in Virgo, which is the goddess's energies, the Earth Mother. Just put a little bit of your magic together for those who need it, for those who need healing, and sending good thoughts and love out to all you gorgeous people out there. So have a wonderful, blessed evening. Blessed be.